Hello and welcome to Become the Teapot. I'm Iain.
And so am I. This episode, we're looking at the Old Guard from all the way back in the year 2020.
Dun dun dun. Like most of our episodes, I've seen the film and not read the comic. But unlike usual, Iain is watching and reading for the very first time.
Lucky me.
So, will he like them?
And which is better?
Let's
find out.
This, to me, didn't feel like your kind of film. What was the words that I said to you just after we finished last episode? I said to you, it's surprisingly average.
Yeah. No, I mean, I don't think it is terrible, but it certainly, for me, wasn't good. It just felt very forgettable. You know,
Yeah.
I think if I had watched this back in June, July last year, when it came out, I would struggle to tell you much about it nowadays.
Yeah, I know that there was a lot of fighting in it. They can't die.
There wasn't that much fighting. Not enough, anyway.
Well, actually, talking about the fighting,
Okay.
the old guard, the little group of them, they are all very skilled. Combat skills, sniper, swords, handguns, the whole lot. So they've learned over the years, picked up these skills, they're all very good, but they don't use it enough. There is good scenes there, they're very smooth. They pick up the guns and the ammo from all of the bodies, which I think is great. That's something we don't get to see a lot in films. And they work well as a team.
Yeah, no, I think those were the moments that were better in terms of the action scenes. I felt that they had been cut up too much, so it felt very choppy to me, which was a shame because I get the feeling that the stunts were quite fluid. There's also a bit where Charlize Theron's character reloads her handgun between every two shots she's firing for some reason, just because I think they think the speed reload she does looks quite cool. So they think, let's put like 3 or 4 of those in. So presumably she's just throwing ammo away. I mean, one thing I will say, again, a positive for the film, one change that I liked was the removal of Andy's immortality at the end, which I think made that final assault in particular more interesting than the comic book, in which it was just sort of 5 immortals gunning people down.
Yep.
No stakes at all. And like you say, I liked the interplay between the group in that fight. I like how they had to shield Andy and they were taking the bullets for her, even though at times they were clearly doing a rubbish job. She kept running off on her own and they were shooting her. But all of that was very fun. But there weren't enough moments like that in the film for me.
Yeah, I think there was a couple, 1 or 2 at the start, which I do like that one of the characters, Joe or someone, he stabs some guy and then he wipes the sword on his leg.
Yeah.
Which I thought that was quite funny.
The action scenes where they had the weapons, they didn't have much of that in the comic book, is actually using the axes and swords and things like that, which I liked because it obviously referenced their immortality. But it was about 15 minutes in the first action scene. There's about 10 minutes building up to it. It just takes so long to get to those little bursts of action. And when they do, they're just not executed well enough. You know, I think even though that skyscraper assault scene is the best one in the film, it still feels a little bit staggered and stilted. It feels like there's too many gaps where they're just drawing out time until the end of the film. But, you know, you think films like The Raid, Dread, Die Hard, you know, those are films that manage to do skyscraper assault and maintain the momentum and excitement throughout an entire film, 90-minute runtime. This film can't even manage it for 15 minutes at the end of it. I think the rest of the runtime for the film was just navel-gazing interspersed with these sort of choppy, poorly executed action scenes. But yeah, as I say, in general, that fight scene at the end is the best one in the film, with the whole team working together.
Yeah.
Let's just both say it individually and I'll lap them over each other. Let's find out.
Let's find out.
Here's start.
Right, we'll stop it there.